Hello and welcome to the Family Medicine Residency Program at Augusta University's Medical College of Georgia. Whether you're just starting to look at programs of interest or you've already applied and are waiting your interview, we hope you'll find this overview of our program to be informative. Due to the recent surge of the COVID pandemic, all of our initial interviews will be conducted virtually again this year. If you've been invited to interview, please make sure you have access to Microsoft Teams. Our program coordinators are ready to assist you with any logistical issues prior to your interview day. The last slide of this presentation has links to help you with preparing for virtual interviews, as well as a link to our residency coordinators. For those who have not yet applied, please be aware we accept applications only through the electronic residency application service and do not offer intern positions outside of the match. We encourage you to submit your application as soon as possible, as our interview positions will fill quickly. We understand there are ongoing challenges to the pandemic, and you may not have taken Step 2 or Comlex 2 by the time your application can be submitted. Some medical schools may also still be experiencing delays in completing medical school performance evaluations. As long as you've passed Step 1 or Comlex 1, have a good personal statement, and letters of recommendation, we encourage you to submit your application. It will be updated with your Step 2 or Comlex 2 scores and your MSPE as they become available. So let's get started. The Department of Family Medicine at Augusta University has as its core mission a commitment to provide patient-centered education, clinical services, and discovery to enhance health and health status of individuals, families, and communities. We try to keep this mission in mind as we care for our patients and train tomorrow's physicians in the specialty of family medicine. The Medical College of Georgia is one of the oldest continuously operating medical schools in the United States. Our residency program was established in 1973, and since then we've graduated well over 300 family physicians practicing in Georgia, throughout the United States, and internationally. We were the first academic practice in Georgia to achieve the status of patient-centered medical home. We believe this is an important part of our culture and our training focus. Now let's get to some of the more frequently asked questions we receive from residency applicants. The most common question we're asked is, what are our strengths? And our most common answer is, our people. We have a diverse group of residents and faculty from all different backgrounds with varied interests and areas of expertise. Our faculty are all invested in resident education and are engaged in both clinical and didactic teaching activities. Likewise, our nurses and clinical staff are committed to great patient care and building a great learning environment for our residents. We're part of a large academic medical center, and medical students participate in all aspects of our department. Students rotate on both inpatient and outpatient settings and often participate in didactics and research. And finally, many of our graduates continue to be involved in resident education, either as department faculty or clinical faculty in the surrounding communities and throughout the state. Residents may have the opportunity to rotate with some of our former residents in rural and underserved areas of the state and to interact with them at meetings and symposiums throughout the year. Family medicine residents at Augusta University have a unique opportunity to train at a number of inpatient and outpatient sites throughout the community. Our main teaching clinic is the Family Medicine Center, the largest outpatient clinic on campus. Up to 17 providers can be accommodated, and it's not unusual during busy times for us to provide care to over 200 patients per day. Additionally, residents will train in a variety of smaller outpatient clinics across the community. Most of the inpatient training is conducted at the main teaching hospital, Augusta University Medical Center. Additional inpatient electives may be arranged at area hospitals throughout the region. Pediatric training, including inpatient and emergency medicine, is conducted at the Children's Hospital of Georgia, located on the AU campus. Neurology and general surgery rotations are done at the Veterans Administration Medical Center, located just to the north of the AU campus. Geriatrics rotations are done at the Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home, also adjacent to the main campus. In addition to a required geriatrics rotation in the intern year, second and third year residents have a panel of patients who live in the nursing home who they will see on a monthly basis. There are also several student-run free clinics in downtown Augusta and on the campus. These clinics fall under the family medicine umbrella. Faculty and residents precept students at these evening clinics and there's a small requirement to participate in the second year of residency. However, many of our residents participate on a more regular basis. It's a great way to give back to the community and to interact with medical students who are very early in their own journey to medicine. We have a state-of-the-art conference center located next door to the clinic. Morning report, noon conferences, and other didactics are held in the conference center. Most activities can be accessed remotely. Resident workrooms and call rooms are also updated on a regular basis to keep the inpatient team's environment as comfortable and as efficient as possible. Augusta University Family Medicine boasts a unique, innovative curriculum. We're a combined academic and community program, offering our residents the advantages of both curriculum structures. The curricula are all based on the 6 core competencies. We offer individualized tracks for residents to pursue their own career interests and goals. Some of the more popular tracks include OB, sports medicine, hospitalist, and a rural track. Rotations are conducted across multiple campus, community, and rural settings, giving residents a broad spectrum of experiences during their 3 years. We place high emphasis on procedural training so that residents are comfortable and competent to provide this level of care when they complete their training. Included in this is a complete point-of-care ultrasound curriculum. More about our procedures curriculum in a few minutes. We also offer opportunities for both our DOs and MDs to learn and incorporate osteopathic techniques. A number of our allopathic graduates have gone on to become certified in OMM. We have a very robust scholarship and research program. There's a basic scholarly activity requirement for graduation, but many of our residents exceed this and are published or have presented at national and international conferences by the time they graduate. We also have several conduits for international electives. If you're interested in global health, please be sure to ask about these opportunities when you meet with the faculty and residents. So what about our weaknesses? This is another question we're asked frequently. There are 2 areas that we're working to improve: obstetrics and pediatrics under the age of 9. Augusta University has a large OB residency program and is considered the region's tertiary obstetrics center. There's not enough general OB volume in this area to support both programs, so our residents get most of their obstetrics experience at Emory Decatur Hospital in Atlanta. Interns will spend a month at Emory, mostly participating in uncomplicated vaginal deliveries, but also first assisting on C-sections as needed. There's also a 2-week OB rotation at AU Medical Center, where family medicine residents work alongside OB residents, mostly in triage and postpartum care, but a few deliveries may also be possible on this rotation. For residents who intend to pursue OB fellowship training, we have a relationship with a community obstetrician who assists with their training on a longitudinal basis. These residents can also go back to Emory for additional elective rotations. Most of our residents who have pursued OB fellowships were successful with their first or second choice. Likewise, we have limited pediatrics experience in our family medicine center. Most families in this community choose to take advantage of the extensive Children's Hospital network. Our program collaborates with local, federally qualified healthcare centers and a combined family medicine pediatrics practice in Waynesboro, Georgia, to fulfill the requirements for care of pediatric patients under the age of 10. And what about life outside the hospital? Augusta is a diverse and progressive small southern city, boasting great restaurants, entertainment, and outdoor activities. In addition to the medical community, Augusta is home to the Army's Cyber Command and a burgeoning cyber industry that attracts individuals and families from all over the world. Owning or renting a home near campus is surprisingly affordable. Of course, we wouldn't be family medicine if we weren't family friendly. Many of our residents have already started their families or intend to do so during residency. The area is home to excellent schools and an abundance of family-friendly activities. What about overnight call? All of our inpatient services are on a night float system. These rotations generally happen twice a year in the 2nd and 3rd years. Night float shifts are from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. during the week with no clinical obligations after the shift is done. Additionally, weekend calls are covered by upper-level residents who are not on night float. These residents can expect to take weekend call 8 to 10 times per year. Intern night float is intended to acclimate the new resident to overnight call and is always conducted under the supervision of an upper-level resident. Our program offers many benefits besides a great training environment and competitive salary. Health, life, and malpractice insurance are covered. Residents have 14 days of vacation and 14 days of sick time per year. Personalized lab coats and scrubs are issued each year, and a weekly laundering service for lab coats is available at no charge. Each resident is issued a laptop at the beginning of the intern year. The program funds a yearly book allotment and a stipend to attend a conference of your choice in the third year. The stipend may also be used to offset costs for participation in an international elective. The program also pays for Step 3 or COMLEX 3 and the board certification exams. Step 3 must be passed by the end of the second year in order to be promoted, and all third-year residents will sit for the boards, either ABFM or AOBFP, in the spring of their third year. All residents are encouraged to get their unrestricted Georgia license once they pass Step 3 or COMLEX 3, and the program will pay for this initial fee. If a resident is invited to present a scholarly work at a conference, he or she is given time off, and the program pays these expenses. This is considered part of your training and does not count against your personal time off. Secure parking, American Academy, and Georgia Academy memberships are included in the benefits package. ACLS, BLS, PALS, NRP, and ALSO certification are all conducted during the intern orientation. All of these are required and are at no charge to the resident. Advanced Trauma Life Support certification is encouraged but not required. Residents who pursue this training will be given time off to attend and then reimbursed. Each resident is assigned a clinic nurse and an administrative assistant to help with clinical and administrative responsibilities. The outpatient clinic is an integral part of training in family medicine. Each of our residents is assigned to a team comprised of nurses, other physicians, and advanced practice providers. Team members follow a large panel of patients and provide cross-coverage for their colleagues. Interns will be expected to see 4 to 6 patients per half day and will be in the clinic 1 to 2 half days per week. Patient panels and time in the clinic will increase as the residents develop competence and efficiency. By the end of training, you'll be comfortable seeing 10 to 12 patients in a half day. Our goal is for you to have 1,800 patient encounters through the Family Medicine Center, our associated community practices, and the Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home. Our institutional health record is Cerner. The Family Medicine Department employs 2 full-time information technology specialists who are on site to assist with any issues and also work to help innovate and optimize our workflow. The inpatient experience is structured to provide continuity to our family medicine patients who may need to be hospitalized. The Family Medicine Inpatient Service is one of 4 academic teams. The team typically consists of 1 hospitalist or family medicine faculty attending, a third-year chief of service, a second-year resident who provides support and may cover for the chief, and 3 interns. The night float resident and sub-interns are also considered part of the FMIS team. Team sizes and scope of responsibility may vary throughout the year depending on demand. Interns are responsible for admission and day-to-day management of the patients, with an average of 5 patients per intern. As residents progress in the second and third year, they will assume a more supervisory and teaching role. A total of 7 general inpatient rotations are completed over the course of 3 years. Augusta University Medical Center has a closed ICU, which means only the residents and attendings assigned to the ICU care for the patients. Family medicine interns will rotate for 1 month in the ICU and generally will follow family medicine patients requiring that level of care. The FMIS team participates in transitioning care of these patients to the general floor or step-down unit once they're stable for transfer. Residents who intend to pursue hospitalist careers are encouraged to take additional inpatient electives, either through the Augusta University Medical Center or other community hospitals. Procedural training is another strong focus of our curriculum. We have a 2-tiered system comprised of required procedures that can be performed in most outpatient settings and specialized procedures such as colposcopy or clinical sonography that may require additional training and certification. Simulation labs are conducted frequently throughout the year to help with building motor skills and confidence. A procedures rotation is required in the second or third year, and additional procedures-focused electives and longitudinal experiences are available for those residents who may want to obtain additional certification and a higher level of expertise. Each Monday afternoon is set aside for Resident Educational Conference. This is protected time for residents to participate in didactics, hands-on learning, and wellness activities. Several of these afternoons throughout the year are devoted to procedural skill building. So how do we evaluate our residents? Our program formally evaluates each resident twice a year using the guidelines developed by the American Council for Graduate Medical Education, specifically the Family Medicine Milestones. Evaluations are gathered from each rotation, from staff, from peers, and the residents themselves. Additionally, we look at performance on in-service training exams and OSCEs, participation in quality improvement projects, scholarly work, and patient volumes. The data is then analyzed by the members of the Family Medicine Clinical Competency Committee and plotted into the 19 Family Medicine milestones. Each resident then meets with the program director to go over the milestones, discussing progress, identifying areas of strength, and addressing any areas of concern. The summative evaluation is then submitted to the ACGME each June and December. Of course, there's a more informal evaluation process that goes on all the time. Our program promotes an honest, open dialogue between faculty, learners, and staff. We believe the best way to train is in a transparent environment that supports two-way feedback and self-directed learning. What about off-site rotations? Currently, the only required off-site rotation that is not within a short drive from campus is the OB rotation at Emory. This is required in the intern year, and housing is provided. Any other off-site electives, including international electives, must be approved by the program director, and the resident is responsible for travel and lodging. There is one caveat: the conference stipend set aside in the third year may be used to offset international travel expenses. Our osteopathic program is one of the strongest in the nation. We're sponsored by Nova Southeastern University in Florida, with dual appointments by several of our faculty. The osteopathic curriculum is structured so that all residents can participate in OMT lectures and hands-on workshops. DOs have OMT clinic in all 3 years and are encouraged to integrate their skills into their continuity clinics and hospital work. During the academic year, at least one journal club is devoted to osteopathic topics. The program pays for osteopathic board certification, including expenses to take the practical portion of the boards. And what about the boards? All residents sit for boards in the spring of their third year. MDs are required to sit for the ABFM exam and DOs for the ABOFP. DOs who want to be dually boarded may also sit for the ABFM exam. Our program currently boasts a 100% pass rate, and we are motivated to continue with that success. Monthly board review sessions are conducted during Resident Educational Conference. Each resident has access to online board prep services. Yearly in-service training exams are used to help identify strengths and weaknesses so that board preparation can be targeted individually. All residents are required to participate in an AAFP board review course. Residents are given time off to attend the course, either live or remotely. Now more than ever, resident well-being is of utmost importance. While we cannot completely eliminate the stresses of residency, we believe that a supportive, positive environment that promotes wellness will help our residents build the resiliency and coping strategies that they'll use throughout their careers. Our program has a well-established wellness curriculum led by the Resident Wellness Committee. Time is set aside each quarter for planned group activities and each month for personal time. Additionally, for those residents who may need counseling or other mental health resources, confidential, no-cost assistance is provided through the Employee Assistance Program. At the beginning of residency, each intern is assigned a big sister or big brother to help them navigate through the adjustment period. Additionally, each resident has a faculty advisor to assist with academics or any other challenges that may arise at any time during residency. Finally, what are we looking for in a resident? Our program thrives on diversity and love of learning. Being a family medicine doctor gives you a window into other people's lives that doesn't happen in any other profession. We're looking for new physicians who are ready to embrace those responsibilities and privileges. We're looking for residents who are committed to family medicine and intend to become board-certified family physicians. We understand that for some, it may not have been their first choice, but it should now be their only choice. Our program is structured to start at day one, preparing you for a career in family medicine. We are not a transitional program. We're looking for maturity and self-direction for team players and team leaders. We also look at your application and medical school evaluations closely to make sure you have a basic fund of knowledge and exam skills preparing you for residency. And finally, cultural competency is very important. Our patient population is quite diverse and spans the entire socioeconomic spectrum. Our patients deserve our very best, and it is part of our responsibility as family physicians to respond to the changing needs of our patients, their families, and their communities. So there you have it, a quick overview of the Family Medicine Residency Program at Augusta University's Medical College of Georgia. We hope we've answered some of your questions about the program and maybe generated a few more to be addressed during your interview. Please follow these links for helpful tips on preparing for virtual interviews, and we look forward to meeting you soon.